just is asserting to our viewers what you and I have known for a long time. Pernell Whitaker, one of the top 5 fighters in the world in my estimation.
Well, these are the kind of tests he must pass to really, he told us, Dan, that he doesn't really think about that kind of a thing, but obviously all of us are. We're trying to assess how great this kid can be. And Ramirez is a good test for him to see, if he can fight this kind of a style, more aggressive style for him, and not get hit.
Well, it's Jose Luis Ramirez just eating rights and lefts from Pernell Whitaker. Round number 2, very reminiscent of the first round. And that means one thing to the delight of the people here at the Scope in Norfolk. It's all Pernell Whitaker. Action early here in round number 3 in Norfolk, Virginia. Dan Deerdorf, Alex Wallow with you. Pernell Whitaker and Jose Luis Ramirez. And Whitaker, Alex, just couldn't do anything much better than he's doing.
And that's what George Benton told him in the corner. He greeted him with one word: perfect. In the Ramirez corner, they're telling him to go to the body. And he should go to the body, but that was more important in the first fight when Whitaker was moving so much. To take the movement away. Right now, Pete's movement has been mainly forward.
Another low blow by Whitaker. It's his second one so far, and Chris Wallison, the referee, hasn't said anything to him yet. Ramirez doesn't appear to have been damaged outwardly by what's happening so far. And
the amazing thing about Jose Luis Ramirez is he hasn't been damaged by 106 professional fights. I mean, he's virtually unmarked.
Oh, look at the hand speed by Whitaker. A 4-punch combination, all scoring. And Ramirez can't even get back in time. This fight is scheduled for 12. This is the 3rd round. Approaching the halfway mark of round number 3. And Ramirez, Alex Wallow, is going to have to shift gears in a hurry.
Or hope that Pernell Whitaker strips his gears.
I don't know that I would count on that if I was Ramirez.
The one thing you always look for with Pernell when you've had 2 broken left hands is he using the left hand? So far he is, and using it to great effect. The right jab, I think really, as you see there, doubling with it, has been the punch that everything is worked off of. Whitaker really has one of the outstanding jabs in boxing.
Again, look at Whitaker's ability to throw combinations. This superb hand speed. Of course, I remember the hand speed Terry Norris showed us a couple of weeks ago. And then Julian Jackson drops the bomb.
Exactly. I made a note. When we were conceding the fight to Whitaker in the last round, I wrote a note to myself, Terry Norris. Because Terry Norris totally dominated Julian Jackson, as you say. In round 2, the boom was lowered on him. Right now, you have to land the boom.
That right from Whitaker got in. And right now, Jose Luis Ramirez is looking a thoroughly frustrated fighter.
He must have prayed, Jose Luis Ramirez, in his training that Pernell Whitaker wouldn't run as much, because the movement bothered him, Jose so much in the first fight. Pernell's just standing right there, but Jose can't hit him. Just enough movement to stay out of trouble. And enough punches of his own to keep Ramirez in trouble.
Like the first 2, not much change in the 3rd. Here we go into the 4th round, and George Benton, who ought to know, told Pernell Whitaker in between rounds, Ray Robinson couldn't do it any better than this. Some compliment.
George, a little carried away, but you have to indulge him in this instance.
Jose Luis Ramirez has not yet landed what you would call a meaningful blow in this fight. And the combinations of Pernell Whitaker are just getting through easily. The hand speed right now appears to be more than Ramirez can handle. There is Ravonda Whitaker, Pernell's wife. They have a pair of sons as well, Dominique and Pernell. And she doesn't look to be the least bit concerned, and no wonder. She's paying close attention to what's happening. Pernell Whitaker with the jab, then follows with the left, that again gets through and rocks Ramirez.
Again, a right hand low by Pernell Whitaker. And another one. One of the natural tendencies, Dan, is to compare Whitaker's performance against Jose Luis Ramirez with that of Julio Cesar Chavez. Ramirez and Chavez fought last year, and I must say, this may not be the same Ramirez that fought Chavez, especially given the loss of Ramon Felix, which we talked about earlier, but Ramirez is much more dominant. Whitaker is much more dominant than Chavez was against Ramirez.
We'd like to alert our ABC stations that at the conclusion of this round that we'll be taking a station break. Whitaker, Alex, throwing lots of combinations, lots of low blows as well. It's not an intentional thing, but he's landed at least 4 or 5 low blows that I've seen. And Chris Wollaston, the referee, hasn't even
one warning. Yeah, one warning. Another right there.
I mean, Ramirez is going to have a legitimate beef if this is allowed to continue.
It does not appear, we must say, it does not appear to be a factor in the fight. I mean, you could throw out all those low blows. They aren't helping Jose Luis Ramirez.
No, but it's
there. Ramirez backs Whitaker up and forces him into some movement.
It's just a question of what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Now, what Ramirez can't handle is the hand speed.
And the angle. And the fact that Pernell moves his head well, moves his upper body well. Even when he's standing right there that close, Ramirez just can't land anything. Oh, an uppercut. He landed a right uppercut that time.
Very, very frustrating for Jose Luis Ramirez. That's because through 4 rounds, Split Small Liquor Professional Boxing will continue after this word from our ABC station.
But listen to me. Now, when you go out this round, don't load up. I see you now. Just don't. You understand? Just drink it, baby, drink it. Just keep putting your hands on him like you're doing. You understand? Making a miss and hit it all kinds of things. Hit it all kinds of things. Sooner or later, this referee gonna stop this fight. Yeah, because you beat it. Just keep touching him up like you're doing. The referee gonna stop this fight. Now, here's what I'd like for you to do today. Look, you one at a time. Now, look, you can't load up when they do this. Bang, coming straight forward. Bang, 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 bang. See what I mean? You referee see all the punches. Not a whole lot of punches. Just use the board. Bang, 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 bang. And once you get on target, let's go with 3, 4 punches combination. So he can't get back up this time. Slow down.
The Ramirez corner.
The 5th round underway here at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. The first 4 rounds being totally dominated by Pernell Whitaker, but we'd really be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that Jose Luis Ramirez is also trying to battle through the loss of his best friend, his father figure, his trainer, and his manager just 2 weeks ago when Ramon Felix drowned at their training facility near Casablanca. Alex, that has to have an effect. Ramirez just looking totally frustrated and out of it.
You see the black bow on the right hip of Jose Luis Ramirez. It's very difficult to really tell whether this is, this is a great Whitaker, and it's difficult to know how much this is great Whitaker and how much it's bad Jose Luis Ramirez.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no way that you could detract from Whitaker's performance. That's not possible. He looks the same as he's looked against Greg Haugen, against Louis Lamelli. It's a new Pernell Whitaker in the middle of the ring. And right now, another low blow, but still, scoring combinations from Pernell Whitaker.
You saw the heart of Ramirez firing back at the end of that combination. Whatever he has, he's going to give. At this stage, it's just not even close to being enough.
Wild left from Ramirez, misses.
A little bit closer, I think, Dan, than some of the early misses. And that's really Ramirez's only hope. His corner told him between rounds, where's that jab, Lou Dubik? Might have heard him in the background. And there you see, there the jab is.
Just eating Whitaker's jabs. Not even getting a glove up to defend himself. Now that's either poor defense or he's not afraid of the jab, one or the other.
Or he doesn't, yeah, I think it's just mainly he just can't get out of the way of it.
Inside the last minute of round number 5.
I was saying the Ramirez corner told their man between rounds really the only hope that they can give him, and that is that Whitaker's breathing through his mouth. He's tired. Probably wishful thinking, probably trying to keep their fighter as much in the fight as they can. You see him fighting back. Ooh, inside left by Whitaker.
Pernell Whitaker has thrown beaucoup punches so far in this fight. You see the mouth hanging open a little bit, and Whitaker breaking the exchanges now and getting a little more distance and buying a little more time, Alex.
Right.
When he breaks, he's turning his back and walking to the other side of the ring.
Carrying his hands a little bit lower when he does move away, too.
But taking a little time off, sign of a smart fighter. This is the end of the 5th round. Whitaker, Ramirez, touch gloves to get the 6th round started. No question, a tremendous amount of respect that these two have for one another. Pernell